The Messiah. Salvation through the cross. Jesus came as the Messiah in order to establish the kingdom of heaven on the earth. Did Jesus' crucifixion enable the faithful believers in Jesus to restore their original nature and build the kingdom of heaven on earth? In fact, in the entire history of Christianity, there has been no one, no matter how devout, who lived his life in inseparable oneness with God. There has never been a believer who had no need of redemption or a life of ardent prayer and devotion. No matter how devout, Christian parents continue to transmit the original sin to their children. This shows us that the grace of redemption by the cross has neither fully uprooted our original sin nor perfectly restored our original nature. Was Jesus' cross the most desired will of God? Judging from the words and deeds of the disciples, as recorded in the Bible concerning the death of Jesus, they were unanimously grief-stricken and indignant. Judging from the viewpoint of God's providence, God called the chosen people of Israel out of the descendants of Abraham, protecting them, nurturing them, and at all times disciplining them with tribulations. He had them build the tabernacle and the temple. All this was to prepare them to receive and welcome the Messiah. The words and deeds of Jesus himself were meant to engender belief on the part of the people that he was the Messiah. From all the above evidence, we can deduce that Jesus' death on the cross was the unfortunate outcome of the ignorance and disbelief of the people of his day, and not a necessary outcome of God's predestination. God's clear intention for the chosen people of Israel, whom he had led through all manner of difficulty from the time of Abraham, was to send them a Messiah and build an eternal kingdom on earth. Ever since Jesus died on the cross, the people of Israel became scattered over the face of the earth, suffering oppression and persecution as the tragic consequence of their ancestors' mistake of killing the Messiah and preventing the completion of the providence of restoration. Also, many faithful Christians have shouldered the cross as their portion for the collective sin of having killed Jesus. The limit of salvation through the cross and Jesus' second coming. If Jesus had not been crucified, he would have accomplished both the spiritual and physical aspects of salvation. When the people led him to the cross, however, Jesus' body took Satan's assault and he was killed. Consequently, Christians cannot attain physical salvation. However, Jesus laid the basis for spiritual salvation by securing the victorious foundation for his resurrection through the redemption by his blood on the cross. As a result, all believers since his resurrection have received the benefit of spiritual salvation. To complete the work of spiritual and physical salvation, Jesus must come again on earth. The faithlessness of John the Baptist. The Jews of Jesus' day were waiting for Elijah because God had promised that Elijah would return before the advent of the Messiah. Jesus testified that the prophesied coming of Elijah was realized in John the Baptist. The Jewish people had the highest respect for John the Baptist. Some even thought of him as the Messiah. Hence, had John the Baptist acknowledged that he was Elijah, as Jesus had testified, all the Jewish people would have readily believed John's testimony and flocked to Jesus. Instead, John's ignorance of God's providence led him to deny his being Elijah, and this became the principal reason why the Jewish people rejected Jesus. Here we have come to understand that the main reason why Jesus had to die on the cross was the failure of John the Baptist.